There are many different inequalities the world is facing. One of them is that people in power are often able to control or monopolize the economy. For example, in the Bahamas, there is a resort, and I've actually been to it. It's called Atlantis, where it is kind of taking over that part of the Bahamas, Nassau, and it's good in the fact that it provides more jobs, but it's also not as good because then it doesn't leave as much room for growth for other companies to come in, for competition, etc. Also, many times the people who visit the area are only shown the things that they are expected to see, the things that the companies want them to see, and often they aren't shown the true area of the land where many times people are often in poverty and suffering, but the tourists aren't usually shown those areas beyond the expensive built up shorelines. The gap between the rich people and the poor people are becoming more and more stark. Some people are living off the streets, trying to find food, and then other people are doing just fine. They might have a nanny or a really nice car. So it can be hard to watch some people struggle so much while others are just living out of complete abundance. The good news is that it's stated that a lot of the extreme poverty rates are decreasing due to some wage increases in larger countries such as China, and I think India as well. When it comes to why some people or some countries such as Africa tend to remain more poor is because usually living more in a rural setting, the people don't have as much access to the resources that they need. So, for instance, a lot of people in Africa or other more struggling countries don't have access to education or to decent paying jobs, and so they find themselves in this generational, often, cycle of poverty that they seemingly can't get out of. When it comes to the economy specifically, there are a couple of key figures that have stood out throughout history. For example, Adam Smith was a British scholar, and he would analyze the economy, and he argued that the best way for an economy to run is just to have it be a free market, so no government intervention, he thought was the best way. But then another man named Karl Marx believed in something much, much different called communism, and he wanted to make things more fair for people and equal. So, of course, we know countries like Russia and China have implemented these in the past, and in countries like Cuba, we can still kind of see echoes of that today. So, overall, there are many inequalities that the countries around the world face. We in the United States are really blessed to be able to have a lot of good income jobs and more access to education than some countries, and we have a lot to be thankful for.